Hello guys, welcome back. Today you're here some SWGOH Heroes Theory Team series. Today we'll be showcasing a Gar Saxon team variant that just might be able to, say, get out GL, leia, or even JMO within the first opening AoE. First we'll go over the key component of the team, which is upper hands from Imperial Super Commandos, true damage, which occurs when a Dark Side Mandalorian ally attacks out of turn, and another key component being the attacks out of turn that he'll provide Gar Saxon, and Gar Saxon will provide him, since that's just extra true damage coming in. Now look at another awesome key component being Gar Saxon's lead, Mandalorian Retaliation, which is an absolutely atrocious Zeta. Never recommend getting that. But pre that, you'd get 50% counter chance, which is really big, and 40% defense, which is nice, you know, you survive a bit longer. Now the counter chance leads into Viceroy's Vengeance, which is actually a very strong unique. When you apply it to a team like this, because whenever another ally attacks an enemy's turn, Gar Saxon has a 100% chance to assist. Now that's also really good because, you know, 50% chance, that's a coin flip. If you get everyone to counterattack at the start, he's going to assist them, dealing true damage, which is going to be really good, and that builds up even more when you look at Admiral Piet's unique Emperor's Trap. Since, you know, he's going to 100% counterattack, he'll gain 10 meter, but he'll only gain 5% against Leia, which isn't really a whole lot. And then Emperor's Trap provides a 6% offense boost for each time an ally attacks or Empire ally attacks out of turn. Now that is big when you take into account that true damage is based on your offense. And Gar Saxon's true damage is just going to ramp up while he's assisting everyone. And I guess there's, you know, potency thrown in there. Not really that good, but the team does have several debuffers, which is nice. And there's another unit that actually would like that potency, since more debuffs means you couldn't get a revive on this team. Next we'll look at another rather key component to the team being Director Krennic, oddly enough. Which is why this team's going to be more GAC oriented, since his Omnicron actually is good with this team. Since whenever Krennic attacks, Death Trooper is called to assist, which, you know, is extra true damage when you take into account that Gar Saxon is going to be assisting, applying true damage whenever he attacks out of turn from ISC's unique. Which, that's actually made even better against Leia, because, you know, with Death Trooper, anytime he attacks a rebel enemy, he attacks a second time. Meaning Gar Saxon is going to assist him twice anytime he's a basics on Leia. Not basics, but assist Director Krennic. Which is actually made even better when you take into account that Admiral Piet can randomly call on anyone to assist. Like, worst case scenario, he, say, calls Death Trooper. Worst case scenario, he calls an ISC, or Gar Saxon. Best case scenario, though, is Director Krennic. Because, you know, he calls in Director Krennic to assist. Krennic's going to assist, getting another assist from Gar, applying even more true damage, which has just been ramping up this entire time for your Emperor's Trap. Which is going to ramp up even more because Death Troopers is going to attack twice again. Essentially meaning that Gar Saxon is pretty much going to assist 4 times if this does occur. Now, let's go over how many times Gar Saxon would say attack out of turn here. Best case scenario, because everyone counterattacks at the start, he would assist. Actually, Emperor's Trap would build up 5 times from those counterattacks alone. But he would also assist 4 times when you include just these 4. But when you take into account ISC's upper hand, ISC would assist him, meaning that we went from 9 stacks of Emperor's Trap to 10, and then Gar would assist ISC again, meaning that we're now at 10 stacks. 10 stacks of Emperor's Trap is also really good. It's at 60% offense, which would jack up the true damage even more. And then when you take into account Death Trooper, counterattacking against a rebel enemy, which would be Leia in this case, double attacking. That's 11 attacks, meaning that he would assist 11 times, which would be 11 Emperor's Trap, which is 66% offense. Then we got Admiral Piet, who's going to call on anyone. Actually, we'll skip out adding Admiral Piet for a second, and we won't add his numbers in. We're adding Director Krennic's first, since his are guaranteed. Director Krennic would equal 12, which is 72% offense. And with this Omnicron, he's going to call in Death Trooper 100% of the time, which is going to add another 2 stacks of Emperor's Trap, therefore 14 stacks, which would be 72 plus 12, 84%, which, you know, is pretty nice, since that's just true damage ramping up this entire time. And then you would have Piet, who's going to call in some random unit. If he calls in, say, Gar, that's 15 stacks of Emperor's Trap, which is going to pretty much ramp it up to 90% offense. Yeah, makes sense. 90% offense, which means he's going to have true damage hidden pretty hard. But that isn't taking into account that, let's say, he calls in ISC. ISC is going to come in, that's 16 stacks of Emperor's Trap just from him, which would also include Gar coming in, so yeah, that's 16 stacks, which is 96% offense. Now, if he calls in, say, Death Trooper's going to attack twice, essentially meaning that we're looking at 17 stacks of Emperor's Trap, which is 102% offense, so you know his offense is really high, so his true damage is going to be hitting a lot harder. But best case scenario, you call in Director Krennic. So we bring this back down to 15, he calls in Director Krennic, that's 16, which we go back here, since Dr. Krennic would call in Death Trooper to guaranteeingly assist. That would be 18 stacks of Emperor's Trap. Now, how much offense is that? That should be 108% offense. Meaning that you're going to get a couple of hits of your 100% extra offense true damage, which could potentially take out JML or Leia. Actually, that would really only happen against Leia, since she's Rebel, which would get Death Trooper to assist twice. Therefore, that wouldn't happen against JML, but JML would still take a fat chunk of damage, so a badly modded one might die. But Leia definitely runs a higher risk of dying. And these offense gains would really only get boosted if you hadn't actually, well, like Gar, since I think Gar Saxon going from Gear 12 to Relic 5 literally like doubles his offense, so his true damage would go up even more. And that isn't taking into account that if you had like a Datacron or something, they'd go up even higher. Well, you modded them for offense. Now I'm going to showcase some footage of what it would look like in Scrod Arena. Now this is what the Leia stats would look like. They're not the best, but definitely not bad. And let's head. Now we do lose Death Trooper and Krennic in the opening play, but you can see our Gear 12 units still put a chunk into that Relic 9 Leia, which pretty much is the only Gear 12 at Relic 5. If memory serves me correctly, Gar and ISC will actually double their offense from Gear 12 to Relic 5, so you know you'll see double the amount of damage there. And that isn't taken into account that if you actually have, like, say, Relic 3 Death Trooper and Director Krennic, they should survive that opening play. Therefore, that true damage from Emperor's Trap just ramping up, potentially getting you 18 stacks, might allow you to gun out Leia there. Now, also in theory, they actually might also be able to take out gungans as well, as long as they can also drop that frustration, because once that's gone, like a single large mass scale counterattack, well, that true damage might just take out a gungan, which isn't really good for the team, since you could start picking them off at that point, or potentially just get out the shield generator. But you'd have to survive the gungans opening play, which is rather unlikely. This team might also actually be able to beat JMK, since if we take into account that Director Krennic can revive Death Trooper if your Piet's faster than the opponent's cat. Might just be able to mark down Death Trooper, Gat uses a leap on him, bring him back direct to Krennic, and you might just have enough damage to take out General Kenobi and start taking out the sides. Although that's assuming you have the survivability, so that might not be the most likely thing. But aside from that, looks like we're gonna have to leave it up today, guys. Till next time.